What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today we're talking to Air Jordan 1 High OG Ruby. So stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, we're talking to Air Jordan 1 High OG Ruby. All right, man, we're gonna be keeping things very simple over today. We're gonna be answering the basic old question: are they drip or skip? Let's just keep it there. All right, so first things first, these are set to release May 31st. To the best of my knowledge, coming at a retail price of $180, right? Okay. And of course, you know the kid glanced at the resale price, and right now look like they're averaging roughly about $218 and up, depending on the size, right? Okay. Now, speaking of sizing, this is a women exclusive sneaker, meaning these only go up to a man size 10.5. So fellas, if you're 10.5 and under size-wise, pause, you can fit this sneaker, right? Okay. Now, when I look at these, yes, I see this shiny imprint on it, but I can't help but not unsee what a shooter I feel like we've already seen, which my production date on mine says 2017. I thought they dropped in 2018, but it probably was 2017 because I've had them for quite some time. And I'm just gonna grab these guys right here that I set to the side. The Air Jordan 1 bread toes, right? Okay, except we don't have that shiny, flossy, glassy, like whatever material they want to put on these joints, which I will say, looking at the images and looking at my pair that obviously I've worn several times throughout the years, right? Okay, theirs look a lot better, but yeah, I mean, we have seen this shoe again, right? Okay, but now it's a women exclusive. Granted, you know, again, fellas can rock this shoe. Now, I will say, I don't want to sound like the guy that would be like maybe hating. We could even probably say this could be like a poor man, like, you know, wannabe / inspired by the Jordan 1 Timberlake Jordan 1s. I think that was like super shiny / ruby, but it was all red. But this one right here kind of gives me that vibes, but you know, it doesn't get the mark all the way. Now, I don't hate this shoe, and I've always said this, Jordan Brand has overly produced Jordan 1s, and you can easily get Jordan 1 fatigue, but at the same time, I've always said, when they do it right, they do it right. No matter how you slice it and dice it. In red, black, and white, can you really go wrong with it? And I will say this is a shoe that if there was ever such thing where, if you're like me, when you're forcing me to dress up, and I'm not saying, you know, 9 times out of 10 when I have to dress up, it's usually not necessarily always a positive thing. I have dressed up for positive things, but y'all know I've had some negative stuff happen in my life. But I'll say that I still choose to go with sneakers, and this could be where if it's a special event or a good positive vibe, and say they're like, hey, the color is this and you can match this. So I see where there's opportunity and growth in, or a place for this sneaker, but how often really though? And I've said that time and time again, even when we had the Air Jordan 1 Shadows, the Swarovski joints, right? Extra sparkly, super nice, $1,000 price tag, but how often are you gonna wear it? Now, I will say, I hate to compare that to because it's kind of apples and oranges, but it's not really because it's still a Jordan 1, just a high top, different color. But it doesn't have the Swarovski crystals in it, so I guess that's why we don't get that $1,000 price tag. We get a $180 price tag, which I'm not mad at it because that's what we see on the average on Jordan 1s. So overall this, I like the shoe. But with me having this in my collection already, sort of a poor man's version, do I need this version is the question where my mind goes. And y'all know I've been selective for years on sneakers. So overall for the kid, these will be a skip. Not a bad shoe though, but I'm just thinking like, how often would I wear this really? And will this shoe go up over time for the people who invest in sneakers like that? Not me, but overall for the kid though, still would be a skip. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section, and will you be going after these on May 31st, retailing at $180? And of course, let me know if you think they're drip or skip. All right, man, I'm going to get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, instead of subscribing, I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.